Let us discuss about skeletal changes in vitamin D deficiency. See, the skeletal changes are mainly due to excess of unmineralized cartilage or excess of osteoid matrix. Okay, the skeletal changes are due to excess of osteoid matrix and unmineralized cartilage. These two things, it leads to skeletal changes, right? And as all of us know, there is mainly two. One is rickets, and another is osteomalacia, right? Rickets is mainly due to vitamin D deficiency in the children, right? Whereas in osteomalacia, it is due to vitamin D deficiency in the adults. The main things, the main changes, or the main events that are responsible for skeletal changes is mainly one is there is epiphyseal overgrowth, overgrowth of epiphyseal. This epiphyseal overgrowth is mainly due to failure of mineralization. Due to failure of disintegration of cartilage. Failure of cartilage cells to develop. All these three things, it leads to epiphyseal overgrowth. One is failure of mineralization of cartilage or osteoid matrix, failure of disintegration of cartilage cells, failure of cartilage cells to develop. These three things, it leads to epiphyseal overgrowth. And the second thing that happens is there is disturbance in the replacement of cartilage by osteoid matrix. Okay, disturbance in the replacement of osteoid matrix. Replacement of cartilage by osteoid matrix. And the third thing is there is deposition of osteoid matrix and unmineralized cartilage. There is deposition of osteoid matrix and unmineralized cortex. And the fourth thing is that there is persistence of cartilage tissues in the bone. There is persistence of cartilage in the bone. This persistence of cartilage will result in the formation of nodules or protuberance into marrow. Okay, these tissues, they protrude into the marrow. Okay, this is fourth point. And fifth thing that happens is you see the rigidity of this bone, which is vitamin deficiency in the bone has less rigidity, right? The bone has less rigidity. Due to this less rigidity, there is formation of bone deformations or bone abnormalities in the baby. Okay, during development, as there is less rigidity to the bone, there is formation. It results in formation of congenital abnormalities in the bone. Okay, bone deformities will take place. And the sixth one is there is the bone undergoes stresses, right? Undergoes stresses, and there is microfractures. Okay, in the bone. Due to this bone stresses and microfractures, it results in proliferation of fibroblasts and capillaries. Okay, all these things happens in rickets. Okay, one is there is bone stresses and microfractures will be there in the bone. Due to this, there is proliferation of capillaries, and there is less rigidity to the bone during development. It results in bone anomalies in the baby after birth. There is disturbance in the replacement of replacement of cartilage by osteoid matrix. This results in failure of replacement. It results in overgrowth of costochondral junctions mainly. Okay, and third one is there is deposition of osteoid matrix and unmineralized cortex. And fourth one is there is persistence of cartilage in the bone. It results in formation of protrusions into the marrow, and there is overgrowth of epiphyseal overgrowth will be there. And then moving to deformities that appear morphologically externally when the baby is unmobile, means the baby is not able to move at early stages of like neonates or infant. When the baby is immobile or unambulatory, the main stress on the bones, the main bones that undergo stresses is mainly skull bones and chest bones. They undergo maximum stress. Okay, chest bones. The stress on the bone, it results in flattening of when the baby lie down, there is flattening of occipital bone. And the second one is there is buck in the parietal bone. If you give pressure on the parietal bone, there is buckling. Okay, buckling of parietal bone will take place when we give pressure, and this buckling will be regained to normal position when we remove pressure. Okay, buckling will be regained. That means bone will come to its normal position. And this is called, this property of buckling and regaining its normal position is called is called craniotapes. Craniotapes. Okay, and there is due to osteoid overgrowth. Due to osteoid overgrowth, there is frontal bossing. Frontal bossing, and there is quite appearance of head. Squared appearance of head. This is about the skull. Okay, then coming to chest. Chest. On the chest, you see there is overgrowth of osteoid. Osteoid or cartilage at the osteochondral junction. There are osteochondral junctions. At this osteochondral junction, there is overgrowth of osteoid or cartilage. Due to this, it gives the appearance of rosary. Rachitic rosary. Rachitic rosary. Okay, and see the metaphyses are very weak. Metaphyses are very weak here. Due to this weakening of metaphyses, when there is respiratory movement, there is inward movement of metaphyses. There is inward movement of metaphyses when there is respiratory movement. This inward movement will, and there is inward movement of metaphyses, and sternum will move forward. Sternum will move forward. This inward movement of metaphyses and forward appearance of sternum, it gives the appearance of pigeon chest. Pigeon breast deformity. Okay, it gives the appearance of pigeon chest. This is called pigeon chest deformity. Pigeon breast deformity. Breast deformity. And this is when the baby is immobile or when the baby is unambulatory. The skull deformities are there is flattening of occipital bone and the parietal bone. There is craniotapes. Craniotapes means when you give pressure on the parietal bone, there is buckling. When you remove that pressure, the buckling will be lost and the normal shape of the parietal bone will be regained. And due to this is called craniotapes. Okay, and there is osteoid overgrowth. Due to this osteoid overgrowth, there is frontal bossing, squared appearance of head. This is about skull appearance. Then coming to chest. On this chest, there is osteoid overgrowth or cartilage overgrowth at the costochondral junction. This gives appearance of rachitic rosary. And there is metaphysis is weak, right? During this metaphysis, during the respiratory movement, this metaphysis will go inwards and sternum will come forward. This gives appearance of pigeon chest. This is called pigeon breast deformity. Okay. Then when the baby is mobile, when the baby is able to move, the main pressure falls on bones like pelvis, vertebrae, and tibia. This due to pressure or stress on the vertebrae, it forms lumbar lordosis. It results in lumbar lordosis. Okay, on the tibia, it results in bow leg. Okay, it results in bowing of legs. And this is about the infants or quasi-orchid. This is about quasi-orchid in children. Then moving to osteomalacia. This is due to vitamin deficiency in adults. Okay, vitamin deficiency in adults. In this, what happens is there is overgrowth of osteoid matrix. Overgrowth of osteoid. Actually, this is characteristic feature of osteomalacia. Overgrowth of osteoid matrix is the characteristic feature of osteomalacia. In osteomalacia, what happens is the shape of the bone is maintained. The shape will not be altered. Okay, shape will not be altered. But the thing that happens is weakening of bone will takes place. Weakening of bones takes place. Due to this weakening of bones, there will be fractures or microfractures. Okay, the main effect is weakening of bones. This is something about skeletal changes in vitamin D deficiency. Thank you for watching.